Alright guys, welcome. Apparently we're going to start a little early. There was the first pitch right there in there for a strike. And fouled off is the second pitch as the whole screen went black. But anyway, so I'm not entirely sure, but I think these are the lineups for the team. I couldn't find anything on Venezuela. Panama's lineup is correct for sure, as that is going to be a ground ball to the third baseman across the diamond and one away. So I will update them if they change. So Castillo leading off for Venezuela. I believe it's the same lineup, or pretty close to the same lineup as yesterday. Venezuela cruised through a big victory yesterday against Mexico, the host team. All right. So Amarista steps in now. The center fielder yesterday, for the day. And second pitch fouls that one into the glove, and that's going to be 0-2. So on the mound for Panama is Agrazel. Agrazel plays in the Mexican League, the Yucatan. Thank you, whoever that is, as that's going to be ball one on the outside. Yucatan, 11 games, 2-2 on the season. 7.59 ERA. So a little rough on the ERA as that one's fouled down the line. Again, not very many people out in the stands. Outside of a few rabid baseball fans, last night's way more. I mean, as I'm looking at the stands, there might be more people that watch this stream than there are that watch the game at the stadium, as that's going to be a ground ball up the middle, and Venezuela's got their very first base runner, as Amarista has a one-out single. And just behind home plate is a handful of people, and then scattered throughout the sides is another handful of people. Not much else in the stadiums. Same way yesterday, not very many people were around until the Mexico game, honestly. And that's going to be popped up. Center fielder coming in as he was out, but now the left fielder comes across, and that will be 2 away. The center fielder started to go back and then suddenly decided, it's not going back. Home plate umpire, a man of Korean nationality, Ige Song, back behind the plates. This is going to be what I think is interesting. He hasn't called a strike in a long time. For those of you guys that don't know, here in the KBO, they have the robot umpires. So he doesn't ever have to call balls and strikes. And on top of that, the reason why, so apparently Flores is batting fourth. Again, I could not find anything on the Venezuelan lineup, just the only thing I could find was the lineup for Panama. So looks like there's been a handful of changes. And that's upstairs, 1-2. Sets up on the outside, taps the glove a couple of times on the dirt, and he goes outside, and it's going to be slapped, rolling and bouncing up to the wall. Amaristo is going to come home, and the play at the plate in time, but not able to get the tag on, and the home plate umpire calls safe, and that's going to be an RBI double, as the catcher is grabbing his hand, and his glove, it looks like maybe his glove was taken off on the slide. as he went outside and he went with the pitch, and Amarista was on the pitch, so he was trying to steal as he's going home. The throw was up the line towards first base, and then whenever he went to tag, he hit his arm. He held on to the ball, but it looks like maybe I think he's out. I don't know if he got the plate, honestly. The home plate umpire called him safe, and again, a home plate umpire is a Korean umpire, and as a man that has been watching KBO for the last decade, and I can tell you right now, the KBO umpires are awful. They changed the bat. They changed. I mean, it was so bad that they actually changed the strike zone to make it bigger, and they got worse, thinking that the changing the strike zone was going to make them better, but it made them worse. It was to the point that before the robot strike zone, or before the robots umpires or whatever, that they actually, like, you could throw a pitch in the other batter's box and it was a strike. That's how wide they made the strike zone. So they're still tending to Gonzalez over there. So I don't know what's going on, but the Venezuelan umpire, the Venezuelan managers keep trying to talk to the umpires, and I'm not sure why. But the throw was up, kind of up the first base line. He made the catch, turned, and right at the same time tagged him on the chest. But I couldn't see if his left foot got under the tag. So it looks like there is going to be a challenge. They still haven't put the score up on the board. That's why mine is still kind of staying the same. We'll see if he can even catch. I don't think he's gonna. He's grimacing a little bit. He's saying he's okay, but his actions are saying otherwise. So we'll see if they. All right. Well, are they going to give him the? They are going to. All right. Well, they're going to give him the RBI, the run. All right. Well, stepping in now is, I can't tell, Palacios. Looks like, and that's up and in. So, number 23 would be Rodriguez. No, that's for Venezuela. Also Rodriguez DHing. So they've made some switches here, as I will try to get these in there as they come to the plate. So it looks like David Rodriguez is out of the 8 spots. He's still DHing, as the first 2 pitches there are both balls. And that is another ball way outside. So after the leadoff, or the double there, looks like maybe he's struggling a little bit with his control. So here comes the 3-0 pitch. Again, you've got a runner on second is Flores. And that's in there for a strike on the outside corner. It's 3-1 now. So Rodriguez is not DHing twice, although that would be interesting to play with one less player in the field. All right, the 3-1 pitch, and that's way outside. That's going to be ball 4, and that's going to be another base runner, third base runner so far today. And Panama is quickly running into some issues. Yesterday, KBO legend himself, Jaime Barria, pitched well for Panama, but Panama ended up running into issues. They went up 7-0 on the Netherlands, or 7-2 against the Netherlands, and ended up coming back. Netherlands came back, took the lead in the bottom of the 8th, go up 8-7. Then Ruben Tejada with the game-tying home run in the top of the 8th to make it 8-8. But Panama had a chance in the top of the 10th to score. They had the bases loaded with nobody outs and couldn't get a run across. And then up came the Netherlands. The Netherlands ended up loading the bases with 1 out and were able to score with 2 outs and finally got a little bloop single to score the game winner. And Panama went from winning 7-2 in I believe the 4th inning to losing 9-8 in the bottom of the 10th. And then Palacios will step up, so he is still batting in the 6th spot, and that's in there for a strike. So Agrazo really hasn't pitched many games. Again, 11 games, but no starts in the Mexican League. So in 10.2 innings, 7 Ks, 2 walks. So it's not like he walks a ton. Does walk a little bit too many, 1.5 on the whip. So a little high, but apparently it's a 1-1 count, so they've changed it. And that's outside. 2-1. The camera work is questionable here for the WBSC Premier 12. The outfield camera looks like it's recording a San Francisco earthquake. Thank you, Joshi. Joshi, one of the two. I don't know. But thank you. And that's 2-2 now on that as the strike came in, as the subscriber came in. Perfect timing. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch to Palacios, and he fouls that away back to the netting. It doesn't, the netting is pretty nice. I mean, is it net? I don't know if it's netting or if it's like plexiglass. Because the people behind home plate don't move at all. Like normally when you're watching a baseball game and the people behind, it looks like they flinch really bad. That's going to be a slow grounder to the second baseman, scoops it up, throws to first in time, and that will be 3 away. But Venezuela continues their amazing start offensively, and well, we'll go to the bottom of the first. It is 1-0 Venezuela. All right. So a single by Amaristo, a double by Flores scored Amarista. Again, Amarista was on the pitch. And I'm still trying to figure out what the umpires were dealing with. Why is Venezuela so slow to get out to the field? as the bullpen guys slowly roll out. I mean, it is real slow. And again, I'm watching the game uh, on a Korean program, a Korean broadcast of the game. So I'm listening to the Korean broadcast in one ear, and then obviously translating if they say anything important, but they never do, honestly. They don't even know what the count is half the time. All right. What is taking so long? So Vargas gets the start. Jesus Vargas is the man on the mound for Venezuela. Uh, Played for looks like Tijuana for the Mexican League and Pueblo Caracas or Pueblo and Tijuana for the Mexican League and Caracas for the Venezuelan team in the Venezuelan Winter League. So again, the let me check real quick. Yeah, the the lineup for Panama is correct. Panama does have an update. I found a Spanish version of their lineup before the game started, so that one is correct. So I'll slowly switch around to the Venezuelan lineup as well as we get to the Venezuelan lineup. So Amarista playing center field. His first pitch is in there for a strike. So apparently the Amarista is playing center field, not. And the 0-1, and that's going to be a chopper. The third baseman coming in, he grabs it on the run to throw, and one away. So Amarista is playing center field. Yesterday he played second base. Today he's going to play center field. So I'll get that switched. I don't know anything else. All right. Carmago steps in, the third baseman for Team Panama. And that's in there for a strike on the outside, even though the catcher dropped the ball. Venezuela, do they have a different? I think they have a different catcher. Yesterday's Venezuelan catcher had a big Venezuela across the chest, so there is different. As that one is way upstairs. There's whether or not there's a different catcher. I don't know about that, but there is definitely a different set of catching gear on this catcher from as opposed to yesterday's catcher. So and low 2-1. So Vargas, 25 games, 21 starts in the two leagues, 6-6 on the season with a 4.55 ERA. As that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, and the throw way off the line, but is able to make the play over there at first is Mr. Perez, and that is 2 away. That's going to bring up Mr. Ruben Tejada, every Mets favorite shortstop. Yesterday, a big solo homer at the top of the ninth. All right, it's 2 away. The first pitch to Ruben Tejada, and that's going to be ripped foul, and 0-1. So again, Ruben Tejada yesterday, a solo shot in the ninth inning to tie the game up at 8 after Panama blew the lead. He's hitting 500 in this series, playing a shortstop once again today. And again, the Panama lineup is correct for sure. And the 0-1, and that's ripped, but way foul, and 0-2. All right, so Vargas, here comes the 0-2 pitch to Mr. Ruben Tejada, and that's way up and in, and ball one as it backs him off the plate a little bit. Hang Sang. Che. Gan. Ya. Gu. All right, to the 1-2 pitch, and gets him on the outside. Was not a strike, but, well, the KBO umpires are behind the plates, and that means anything near the strike zone is a strike. As we'll go to the second inning. It's 1-0 Venezuela. Hyunjun, 왜 자지 않아요? All right. 근데 한국에 있어요? Are you in Korea? Did you do the Naver on Naver? Naver TV에서 모든 경기 1,000원 후원해요. Yeah, you just for 1,000 won on Naver, you can pick which game you want. But the quality is awful. 아, 진짜요? 네. 제가 네이버 TV에서 보고 있어요. All right, first pitch is fouled away as we just got back. Adriana's is the number. And I just lost the game. This is so bad. So who is up? So I'm watching a picture of the stadium. I don't know what just happened. He's walking back, so I think he struck out. Yeah, okay. Strikeout is what it said. Again, I'm at the mercy of the broadcast. Yeah, 네. Job 쳤어요. All right. So Adriana's as the ground ball in front of the third baseman, and that's 2 away. Adrianza is again, I don't have an actual lineup, so unfortunately I am trying to figure out who's doing what. All right, so number 9 hitter is Carlos Perez, and that's in there for a strike. So I don't know who's batting 8th. this just outside on the 0-2 pitch. I'm so lost at who's playing and doing what. I hate that they don't actually give me any sort of lineup. And they're going to go upstairs, way upstairs. 진짜요? All right, the 2-2 pitch. So 2 outs, top of the second. And that's going to be fouled away from Perez in number 44. Maybe this is different, Perez? Maybe this is a... nah. And that's going to be a ground ball back up the middle. As Carlos Perez... So again, there are multiple Carlos Perez's. That's number 44, Carlos Perez. I'm so confused at this point. But it's a single nonetheless. Yeah, number 44. Maybe he's catching. All right, so that's going to bring up Castillo. I do know Castillo is correct. They have 2 Perez's on this team. All right, and that's in there for a strike, 1-1 on the pitch that was outside. Diego Castillo hitting .333 in this series, 2 for 4 yesterday with a single, 2 RBIs, a double, and 0 for 1 today with a 5-3 ground out in his first at bat to lead this game off. And that's going to be in there for a strike on the outside, 1-2. Nah. Yeah, 1 game, Chanwan. But, Chili 정말 나봐요. 예, 항상 다시 시작해야 해요. All right, the 1-2 pitch. And he goes, and a second strikeout for Agrazel, and we'll go to the bottom of the second. 네. 많이 있어요. 근데 항상 한화 원정 경기 중계 방송해서 음악 많이 있어요. 네, 제일 자주 사용하는 버튼? 항상 모든 경기. 한화 번트, 한화 실책, 모든 경기 똑같아요. Oh my. All right, let's see. Oh. The sneezing early in this morning. 이번 감독도. All right, so we're back. We're ready, I guess. Guess we have to be ready. First pitch was a All right, let's see who's stepping in. Santos is stepping in. Santos yesterday did have a double and a walk, 1 for 4. And that is going to be lifted high, left fielder over under it, and 1 pitch, 1 out. Very similar to yesterday's game. Former SK Wyvern Ricardo Pinto started the game for Venezuela and retired the first 6 batters before he finally gave up a hit in the top of the bottom of the third, and that's in there for a strike. I think Ricardo Pinto, SK Wyverns or SSG Landers. I'm not entirely sure. Is right around that time of changing. Is that's in there for a strike. These players are not happy with the home plate umpire, as no Korean player is ever happy with these Korean umpires, and that's way upstairs. 1 and 2. SK Wyverns. He had the perfect game. Opening day perfect game, as that's going to be lifted the left fielder under it, and 2 away. A quick work here. Ricardo Pinto. Yeah, he's throwing like 155, 156 or so. Yeah. SK 2020. Yeah. All right. Carlos Quiroz looks at the strike 1. And that's fouled straight back. And 0-2. Why? Way que okay soy yo. There was a baby in my mic, or a baby in my ear. Right there is that is a ripped foul. Stays 0-2. Like, nah, All-Star 유격수 아니에요. 근데 왜 yeah, All-Star 돈네요. As that's going to be lifted right fielder going back. Goodbye. And that's going to tie the game at 1 on the opposite field. Solo shots. Vaqueros. First hit of the game is one that is not playable. And it is 1-1 now, as Venezuela gives up the home run. Yeah. And Om Beck is nah. All right, first pitch after the home run is in there for a strike. Second pitch is also in the other batter's box, but that is called a strike. Good Lord, this, if anybody is watching this right here, this guy behind the plate is a prime example of why the KBO has the ABS system, because he is awful. And the 0-2 pitch doesn't call that one a strike, surprisingly. All right, the 1-2 pitch. but Sang-baek is like 1번, 2번 선발 투수 개요. 근데 Sang-baek is a 4 or 5 starter. No one understands about Shin Moo-jun as he gets him on the ups and in. He says he wins. Ramos is not happy as the second strikeout there, and we'll go to the third, and the KBO umpiring is on full display today. Like, I'm glad they signed So my thought after the season was they were going to sign Sang-baek and they were going to sign Shin Moo-jun, or they were going to sign I knew they were going to either sign Choi Won-tae or Sang-baek. I knew that they were going to sign one of those pitchers. And they signed Sang-baek, and I expected that. And then a lot of Hanwha fans were like, "Oh, we have to get Shin Moo-jun," and I don't get it. I don't know why Shin Moo-jun was signed. It doesn't make any sense. Hanwha has Wang Young-mook, Lee Do-yoon, Moon Hyun-bin. They all have 3 left-handed hitting middle infielders, and then you also have An Chi-hong, who can't play first base. Yeah. So I even when they signed Barria, I went through and I looked at all of his stats, and his numbers him and Felix Pena, they played together in Los Angeles, and their stats were almost the exact same. Like, same pitches, same movements, everything was about the same as. But so you were getting the same thing. The only thing is he walked less pitchers, less hitters, and gave up less home runs, and that's why he was a little bit better. But he was never going to be great. Weiss, I was happy with the signing of Weiss because Weiss played really well in the CPBL in Taiwan. I don't know why he wasn't re-signed. I was happy with the Weiss signing. I thought Weiss was going to be really good, and he ended up being really good. But yeah. Before the season, as that's way inside a 2-1. Right, yeah. Before the season, I said Hanwha. There's 5 reasons why Hanwha will not make the playoffs. Last year that is going to be lifted into center field, and that's going to one hop and over the wall. And Amarista has a ground rule double to go with his single in the first inning, and that is going to be a leadoff double as Venezuela attempts to take the lead back. So before the season, and you can actually watch the video on my channel. I said there was 5 problems. 1 was the manager. They fired him. 2 was the hitting coach. They sent him to the second league. 3 was they, as that's in there for a strike. 3 was An Chi-hong at first base. He was not a good first baseman. He looked awful at first base. And yeah, as that's going to be a chopper up the middle. The second baseman grabs it, throws to first, but that will move the runner over, and a productive out there from Perez. And there are 2 Perez's. So yeah, the manager, the hitting coach, An Chi-hong was not good at first. He looked really bad at first, and I didn't think he was going to be able to play there. And towards the end of the season, they're like, yeah, he's an awful first baseman. that they re-signed Sanchez and Pena. I didn't know why they re-signed them. I did not think that they were that good of pitchers. I thought they were good pitchers, but they were not great pitchers. Is that's a strike on the outside? Those were the four things, and then the fifth thing is they never solved the outfield issue. They never solved the center field outfield issue. Those five were the five reasons why I said that they would not make the playoffs. And what were the five problems for Hanwha? These five things. And again, why I don't work for Hanwha, I don't know. Hanwha would be 3 or 4 years ahead if they would just hire me. But the 1-1, and that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. He checks on the runner at third, and that's 2 away. No. I could not understand Pena. 100% did not make any sense. Because Pena was never great. I know a lot of people think, oh, Pena was really good. He was not. He was always leading the league in walk and home runs, as that's in there for a strike. And that so again, he was a good pitcher. He was good. He was never great. He had times where he was really good because he would be able to strike guys out, as that's a pitch way in the outside zone, and that's going to be 1-1. But yeah, he was never a great pitcher, and that's what Hanwha needs. Weiss is a great pitcher. That's what they need. Pena and Sanchez were good. And, they were good for replacements in the middle of a season. But that's going to be fouled into the glove, and that's strike 2. Yeah. I've seen a couple people that he's been connected to for outfielders, but no center fielder. Yeah. Like middle of the season replacement, okay. But not a big signing replacement. All right, the 2-2 pitch. And did he go? Wow. He did not go around, apparently. Wow. Did not go around. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitcher, and that's going to blow it past him, and that's going to be strike 3 and end the inning. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. It's a 1-1 game. The hitter that I wish Hanwha would sign. I wish Hanwha would try to sign Billy Hamilton. I don't know if you know who Billy Hamilton is. But that is the pitcher, or the center fielder that I really wish Hanwha would go and try to sign. And he's 30 years old. He plays in the Mexican League. So it's not like he's in the MLB. He's not going to hit 20 home runs, but he's going to hit 300, and he's going to steal 70 bases. He's way too fast for any KBO catcher to throw out. Any single is going to be a double. I mean, he's an excellent defender. And again, he's playing in the Mexican League, so he would be a step up from the Mexican League to be able to come and play in Korea. No, wow, no Son Heung-min commercial. All right, Mullen will step in, the DH for Panama, getting his first at bats, and that's a swing and a miss as the ball drops down in the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. And here comes the 0-1, and that's going to be a probably a double, as that's going to 5-hop to the wall and get stuck underneath the bottom, and that's going to be an easy leadoff double. Venezuela had a leadoff double last inning, and Panama has their own leadoff double to start the bottom of the third. Yeah, like that is like I've said for 3 years, I've said since Talkman left that is who I would be signing, because they have always had problems with center field. Ever since they made Young-gyu mad by kicking him off the team in 2019. And that's in there for a strike. So Venezuela had a leadoff double, was not able to take advantage, and now you've got Panama with a leadoff double. Gonzalez getting his first at bat of the day, and that's going to be lifted, and that's going to be trouble as the right fielder catches it coming in, so he's not going to take off for third, and one away. Very similar to... Why does it... yeah. The only thing I could think is... Yeah, Chaewon Jun or... Why can't I remember? The center fielder for SSG. That is in there for strike. The score bug is incorrect, guys. The score bug says there's... Yeah. As that is in there for strike on the outside. 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch, and that's going to be a chopper back up the middle, and he's going to round third. Is he going to come home? He is going to come home. The throw is cut. He is going to score, and out. They're going to say replay that at first. They cut it, but there was nobody at first to cover for him to throw to, and then ended up the first baseman got in a race with the batter from the middle of second base to the pitcher's mound, and they said that they got him, but we'll see, as the first baseman needs to learn how to take a line, as if he runs back towards the bag. Oh, he's out. He came off the bag. Munoz is going to get an RBI single, but it looks like his hand came off the bag, and the run will 100% score, but they're going to replay it. So right there, he's still tagging him, and his arm. So his arm, he grabbed the bag, and Then, yeah, I saw that. I saw that. But right there, it did look like he came off the bag and that his glove was still on his arm. So I believe he's out. Yeah. So I saw the Esteban Floria, but Esteban Floria cannot hit left-handed pitching. Oh yeah, he's out. Kim Jong Moon is an idiot. He is not a good manager. He'll be gone after the end of this season. As he'll get he'll get fired halfway through. All right, it's two away then. Kim Jong Moon is very famous for one thing: the 2008 Olympics. That's why he's famous. All right, the pitch now as Carmago will step in with the bases loaded. First pitch is a swing and a miss there. Uh, but in 2008, Korean baseball had how many legends? It was full of the best players. It was full of the best players in Korean history on one team, and they won the Olympics. What about the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo, or the 2021 Olympics? He was the same manager. How did they do? Is that's going to be a liner right back to the pitcher, and that will be it. That's three away. We'll go to the fourth inning. The Team Panama takes the lead as they do not squander the leadoff double. No, Sung Shendong. Yeah, like it's not even that. Uh so most baseball fans and most Hanwha fans very particular. They think of they get very attached to players. Yeah, nobody likes Wang Jae-gyun. Wang Jae-gyun and Jung Sang-woo, the two KT players that tried to fight Pak Sang-won. Nobody likes those two guys. Yeah, but yeah, nah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, you have. I think about it. He was with Doosan. How did he do at Doosan? Never won. What happened as soon as he left? Doosan won championships. He went to NC. At NC, what did he do? Did he win any championships? Nope. But as soon as he left, NC won a championship. So it all amounts to whoever's the next manager for Hanwha will win a championship. Is that's going to be off the glove of the pitcher, and he throws it away, and he's going to go to second base on the air. So it looks like we will have a maybe a single and an error is what I am going to record that as, and he'll be on second base. The chopper off the glove, off the top of the glove, grabs it, tries to throw going backwards, throws it away. Nah. But his mentality, his style is not good for this team. Like, you watch him in the dugout and he's the whole time in the dugout. He has no excitement. He's too old school. He's too old school. They need somebody. He's so old school is about his work ethic, but he runs the pitchers into the ground. All right, I can finally fix some of these. As Adrianza is playing. Yes, it's better than the previous guy. Yes. The previous guy is the worst manager in the history of the game, honestly. The 1-0 pitch, and that runs inside at 2-0. So in 2020, when he took over for Han Young-dok, I said that he is the worst manager I've ever seen. I quit going to baseball games because of him. And the 2-0 outside 3-0. Oh, apparently it was high, is what the Korean announcers are saying. And when they gave him the job, I'm like, oh, this is not good. And the 3-0 pitch in there for a strike, 3-1. Adrianza. Adrianza. All right, here comes the 3-1 pitch. Adrianza, I believe, struck out in his first at-bats. Again, it was when the whole broadcast kind of went goodbye, as that is apparently inside. Looked like a strike to me, but what do I know? It's 5 a.m. here in Korea, and my eyes are still half asleep. So nobody out. Runners on first and second for Venezuela as they look to come back against Panama. Panama again had a 7-5, 7-2 lead yesterday. All right. All right. So Reyes is up to bats. Angel Reyes. And that's going to be a slow grounder. That's 6. And he bobbles it. And another error by Panama is going to put runners on all the bases. As Ruben Tejada of New York fame bobbles that as he started to throw it before he got it. Oh, Reyes. What position does Reyes play? Maybe left field? We're going to put Reyes in left field. That's the only position I have left. There we go. Cannot say I'm not happy that he is gone. But who's going to sign him? That's the thing, is who is going to sign him? If nobody signs him, he's just going to come right back and continue his awful ways in Korea. All right, Carlos Perez, and that's going to be a ground ball foul. Like, Team Korea or KBO? Balk. And the KBO is in Mexico, as the balk is going to tie the game. He stepped off the back. So he stepped off the back of the mound, but he started to look like he was going to come out with his pitch. All right, so we'll reset. Now we've got runners on second and third, and the 0-1 pitch. And that's ripped foul once again. And it's 0-2. Which game will you go to? And the 0-2 in the dirts, and that's going to get away. And he doesn't come, surprisingly. Woo! But I guess you got no outs. I figured he would have been gone. I went to Team Korea versus the Padres for the Seoul series. And the 1-2 pitch up high, fouled straight back, stays 1-2. I feel weird. Like, I don't have a Team Korea uniform because I'm not Korean. I want one, but at the same time, I feel kind of strange wearing one. Same reason why I don't buy the Hanwha military uniforms, as that's going to be a swing and a miss. Yeah, I went to Dodgers versus Kium, Team Korea versus San Diego, and then opening day Dodgers versus Padres. Yes, I know. As that's the KBO strike zone on the other box, and it's 0-1. Diego Castillo, he is 0 for 2 on the day, a 5-3 ground out, and a strikeout. And pops that one back and out of play, and it's 0-2. Which one? Which one? All right, the 0-2 pitch and a chopped foul. The orange one or the special edition white and orange? And the 0-2 pitch. And pops it up. Catcher throws his mask. He's under it, and that's going to be 2 away. Yeah, I only have 2 that are different players. I have the yellow and I have that one. And then I have a Felix PA uniform also. As we're going to have our first pitching change here in the top of the 4th with 2 outs. We're going to have a pitching change. Yeah, I don't buy too many. Yeah, I don't know, what, 1, 2, 20 maybe? Yeah, I never do. I can honestly say I never do anything special. To be on camera. I don't wear anything special. I don't dance. I don't yell. I don't do anything special. I haven't. I don't think like I really haven't seen a lot of like. So this is the 4th game. I rarely see them actually like showing people in camera. Yeah, but I'm on camera because I'm not doing anything special. It's just because I'm different. The you know the in Korea the broadcast they usually pick 4 different types of people: attractive girls, foreigners, babies, and grandmas. Those are the 4 people that they usually pick to film on the broadcast. So I just happen to be one of those. So yeah, I mean I don't. All right, we're should be back here. So Hernandez is out on the mound. Kenny Hernandez is the new pitcher for Panama. So Kenny Hernandez, most recently Yucatan and Puebla for the Mexican League. 26 games, 1 starts, a 3.2 with a 4.50 ERA. 24 innings, 16 strikeouts, but 9 walks and 2 home runs. So he is a little erratic. 9 walks in 24 innings is never a good thing. And here comes the first pitch to Amarista, and that's fouled away 0-1. Yeah, I don't. Ah, yeah, I remember. I know what you're talking about. And they made her put it down. All right, here comes the 0-1 pitch. And that's Fouled away again, 0-2. I remember back, 2009? No, 2017? When, like, the four old Korean guys had the Kim Sung, yeah, Kim Sung Gun outs signs, and they made them take them down. All right, the 0-2 pitch, and that's going to be a slap to the shortstop. He grabs it to the throw to first in time, and Venezuela does tie it up. A single, a walk, an error, and the only run comes in on a balk. And we'll go to the bottom of the fourth. It's tied up 2-2. Where's my mouse? There we go. There we go. Good old Kim Sung-gun. Yeah, Kim Sung-gun and Kim Young-moon are not that different. That's the thing. They are not that different, honestly. All right, Tejada will lead things off. He had the air and struck out looking in his first at bats. Yeah, Kim. I always right. Who won? That's the thing. But right. But look at Korea or Hanwha does the same thing over and over. Kim In-young. Legend, right? Legend, yay. Didn't win. Kim Sung-gun. Oh, legend. Didn't win. Kim Kyung-moon. Legend. Is he going to win? All the legends in the world don't matter if you can't actually manage your team. Yep. Where managers' careers go to die. All right, so Miguel Tejada, Ruben Tejada steps in 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout looking back in the first inning, and that pitch is in the dirt, and it's 1-0. Yeah, that's I always say the only thing that changes when the manager comes to Dejan is the name and number on the back, as that is a strike in the other batter's box, just like the KBO style. They didn't. Well, I knew as soon as Son Hyuk took over that Subaru was done, as that's outside at 2-1. Yeah, as soon as Son Hyuk took over, I knew that Subaru was done. No, because he wanted to put his buddy Che Wan Ho into to be the manager, and the 2-1. That's that one's a ball. Yep, Son Hyuk wanted to put his best buddy. Nepotism at its best. It's the same thing. What happened to SSG? The exact same thing. Nepotism. Put your buddies and your family in high places that they're not prepared to do. And, yep. All right, Tejada flies that one to left fielder under it, and 1 away. I remember 2021 Subaru's first year. They asked how are you going to fix the problem with the outfield, as that's in there for a strike on the inside. And he said, "Oh well, this is the greatest free agent class of the outfield. We're gonna sign a outfield free agent, after 2021." And the 0-1 way up and in, 1-1 now to Santos. That was the year they had Park Geun-woo, Na Sung-bum, Park Hae-min, Sona Sup, all these guys, these outfield or free agents, Kim Hyun-soo, all these guys, as that's outside at 2-1 now. All those guys. And who did Hanwha sign as a free agent? Choi Jae-hoon. They gave him a contract extension. That's it. That's the only free agent they signed. And that's upstairs, 3-1. Yeah. The 3-1, and that's going to be lined. And bad play by the left fielder as he dives for it. Santos is rounding second. He's headed to third and will easily slide in when he could have been standing up. A awful, awful decision by Reyes in left field to try to catch that when it wasn't anywhere close. The same thing I say all the time for Hanwha. They want to make the play. They want to make the highlight, as that's popped up. I don't know where the ball's at. No idea where the ball's at because I'm watching the pitcher. So apparently that is a pop-up to, I want to say, the third baseman. I'm watching, they pop it up, and the camera just sticks on the pitcher who's running towards home plate. I have no idea but we've got two away now. A runner still over on third base. Bottom of the fourth here, and Quiroz is up. He had the solo shot in the first inning, and watch as they pitch in the other batter's box get called a strike. All right, here comes the 0-1 pitch, and that is farther in the other batter's box, and it's a ball, 1-1. Hanwha doesn't have anybody that's when they come up to bat, you're scared as a pitcher. They have nobody. As the 1-1 misses, and that's 2-1. Vargas is. Oh, their fielding is so bad. Their best fielder is afraid to catch the ball, as that misses low, 3-1. Their best fielder is Iwan Sok, but he's so afraid of running into people, of being whatever, that he can't play center field, as that's a swing and a miss on a pitch in the other zone. As the 3-2 pitch now runs the count full. First full count of the day. First full count of the day for Panama. And a swing and a miss as he drops it, tags him, and that is gonna go down as a swing and a miss, strikeouts, and he gets out of it. It's the poor defense by the left fielder amounts to nothing, as he gets the pop-up and the strikeouts to end the fourth. We'll go to the fifth. It's 2-2. all tied. Yeah, Iwan Suk has good ball skills. Is that he gets there and he moves easily in the outfield, but anytime the ball is close to another fielder, he's afraid to get it. And as a center fielder, every ball on the field is yours. Every ball on the field is yours. The outfield defense for Hanwha is really bad. Lee Jin Young, oh my lord, every time I watch him, it drives me crazy. He wants to throw every single runner out. All he wants to do is throw runners out at third from right field. That's all he ever wants to do. And they they have no awareness of the game. And it's not just the outfield, the infield and the outfield. They have no basic skills. Yes, they're very very good at playing baseball, but they lack the fundamentals. Yep. Only thing he draws is strikeouts 35% of the time. All right, so I think we should be back here, top of the fifth here. All right, so Hernandez still out there on the mound for Panama. Carlos Perez, number 36, Carlos Perez, is playing first, and that's low, ball one. Perez 0 for 2 on the day, a fly out to right field, and a 4-3 ground out in his last at bats. And foul makes it 1-1. There might have been another pitch there because the score bug shows 2-1. And that's going to be low. I have 2-1. The score bug says 3-1, but there was a replay in there that took forever, and maybe they threw another pitch there. So I don't know if it's 2-1 or 3-1. And that doesn't matter because that's going to be off the wall, and he is going to be held to a single, though. As Venezuela has another base runner. Three straight innings, they've had the leadoff runner on base. Or the leadoff batter, I guess. And the leadoff runner is after they get on base. So that's going to bring up the right fielder Flores. He has an RBI double in his first at bat, a 4-3 ground out in his second at bat, and that's in there for strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. So Hernandez in here on relief for Panama and has been throwing pretty well. All right, the 0-1 pitch, and that's low. 1-1, 94 on the gun. About 151 or so. $152. All right, to the 1-1 pitch, and outside. 2-1. A first base coach whispering sweet nothings into Perez's ear over there at first base. All right, the 2-1 pitch. And that's fouled away. Stays. I was expecting a lot more excitement in these games, but that's yeah. I was really expecting a lot of crowd excitement and a lot of crowd activity, but really hasn't been much, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Hernandez now 2 strikeouts after coming in relief. All right, so Rodriguez steps in. David Rodriguez, for those of you playing at home, and that's in there for a strike, 0-1. Rodriguez was batting in the 7th spots yesterday against Mexico. Is moved up to the 5th spot today. Moved up 2 spots, or no, actually he was in the 8th spots, as that's outside 1-1. All right, the 1-1 pitch to Rodriguez from Hernandez. Runner on first is Perez. And that's going to be a big chopper. Tejada grabs it, throws to first in time. The runner will move over, but that'll be 2 away now, as there was no play over at second base, as the chopper was about 20 feet in the air or so. And that'll bring up Palacios, warming up in the Panamanian dugout is Enrique Burgos, recently in the Mexican League. Oh, a big right-hander, number 36, with the super awful quality CCTV camera in the bullpen. All right, so Palacios yesterday 2 home runs, I believe. He had 2 solo shots yesterday, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Today he's got a single and a ground out, and that's foul. 0-1. I dropped my pencil. What time is it? 5:30. Game better hurry up. I do have to work today. Ooh, squeaky chair back. All right, Palacios, the 0-1 pitch. We're gonna just stare at the. We're not gonna watch the game. We're just gonna stare at the flags. And back, and that's gonna be a throw into center field. And the 3rd error of the day for Panama. 3rd error of the day for Panama. And they're lucky that they are still tied in this game, as the errors, they had a wild pitch with the runner on second and third with nobody outs, but he didn't go. And we'll see what happens here. So now Palacios, the 0-1 pitch, we got a runner over on third base with 90 feet away from the go-ahead run, and that is fouled straight back, 93 on the gun. I really feel like there's plexiglass back behind home plate, as the quality of the broadcast doesn't allow you to see a whole lot. but nobody ducks or jumps out of the way at all. That or they're just all used to being right behind home plate. And the 0-2 pitch and fouled. Stays 0-2. Home plate umpire says, "Give me 5 baseballs, please." Got a big NFL fan back behind home plates wearing an Atlanta Falcons shirt. And a swing and a miss. And that will end it for Venezuela. They leave another runner on base at third base. And we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. It's tied up 2-2. This is kind of a boring game for 5:30 in the morning, as not much offensively. Lots of bad plays defensively, but offensively, once those bad plays happen, there's not much else to go. All right, so we're back. Still out on the mound for inning number 5 is the Venezuelan pitcher. Again, the main, I want to say the main strength of the Venezuelan team is their starting pitching. Their bullpen pitching is questionable, but their starting pitching is definitely probably the best outside of, I would say, Japan. Is that strike in the other batter's box is makes it 0-1. All right, here comes the 0-1 pitch, and that's outside, 1-1. Vargas is hanging out on the outside, and there is a very good reason why, as the Korean home plate umpire is calling strikes on the other batter's box, as that just goes into the other batter's box, but it's ball 2. Basically, in the KBO, before the ABS system, the robot umpires, the automatic ball strike system, the strike zone went from line to line, as that's a swing and a miss, and that's going to be 0-2. So he's calling the same strike zone that they used to call in the KBO, which it was so bad that is why they went with the robot umpires. And honestly, the robot umpires, without a doubt, have really improved the game in Korea. All right, the 2-2 pitch, and fouls that one away. Stays 2-2. Will be nice to have the pitch clock next year in the KBO. They're using it here in this game. You can see it's you can see the end of the number system. as that's in the dirt, and that's going to be I'll run the count full. He ended last inning with a full count to Quiros, and he's going to start with a full count here to Ramos. It says 2-2. Oh, there we go. 3-2. All right, here comes the full count, the 3-2 pitch, and that's going to be chopped but foul down the third baseline. And reset for another 3-2 pitch. I really wish there was a pitch counts on the screen. Or kind of annoying that they don't have a pitch counts. So never really know how many pitches these pitchers are throwing, how many are in each inning, or anything like that. All right, the 3-2 pitch swing tips it into the glove, but the catcher is able to hold on to it, and that's one away. 2 full counts, 2 strikeouts on those full counts. 4th strikeout of the day for Vargas. And that's going to bring up Mullen, the DH, and that's upstairs 1-0. Hitting 250 on this Premier 12. He doubled in his first at bats. Was able to come around and score, as that's a swing and a miss there. 1-1 now. Da, 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 da. All right, there's the pop foul, and it's 1-2 now. Umpire picks up the ball, checks it out. He's like, maybe I'll take this one home, keep this for my own personal collection. All right, the 1-2 pitch. Some Spanish yelling, and that's in the other batter's box. 2-2. And a swing and a miss. 3 straight strikeouts for Vargas gives him 5 now. And 2 outs down here in the bottom of the 5th. As the breaking ball just drops just in front of the bat. And we're quickly ready for another at bats. And that's in there for a strike on the inside corner. He is hanging out at the bottom of the zone, whether it's in the zone or out of the zone. He's hanging down around the knees, right where you want to be. As the catcher sets up on the line with the other batter's box, goes there, and don't know if that was a check swing, if that was a foul tip, or if that was a called strike. I'm not sure. I have no idea. As there was no hand signal from the home plate umpire. All right, here comes the 0-2. They're going to set up on the outside once again. Again, no reason why not. And that's a little too far outside, and it's 1-2. And the home plate umpire is from the KBO. Their umpires are not good. And once again, 1-2 sets up on the outside corner and goes there, but it's fouled away. As the fans give chase trying to get a ball. No fan. There's about 4 fans over on the foul on the from about the first base side on all the way out to the outfield. So any ball that's over there, as long as you can outrun somebody, it's all yours. All right, the 1-2 pitch, and he said he went around, and that's going to be strikeouts number 4 in a row, strikeouts number 6 on the day. And just like the KBO, we will take a break now, and I will be back in just a few minutes.
Fried chicken, fried chicken, fried chicken. Gimme fried chicken. Baby, it's all that I want to take me through the day. Gimme fried chicken. I want it bona fide, southern fried. Tennessee, guaranteed, it's okay with me. I want it hot, deep fried, I'm on the Memphis side. Hot wings, hot thighs, all southern fried. It all sounds heavenly, this old-time recipe. It's fried chicken, it's finger licking, time is ticking. So cook some southern food for me, a bucket just for me. This won't feed a family, it's all I want, all I need, just make hastily. Gimme fried chicken. Baby, it's all that I want to take me through the day. Gimme fried chicken. I want it bona fide, southern fried. Tennessee, guaranteed, it's okay with me. I want it hot, deep fried, I'm on the Memphis side. Hot wings, hot thighs, all southern fried. It all sounds heavenly, this old-time recipe. It's fried chicken, it's finger licking, time is ticking. So cook some southern food for me, a bucket just for me. This won't feed a family, it's all I want, all I need, just make hastily. Fried chicken, fried chicken, fried chicken. Gimme fried chicken. Baby, it's all that I want to take me through the day. Gimme fried chicken. I want it bona fide, southern fried. Gimme fried chicken. Baby, it's all that I want to take me through the day. Gimme fried chicken. I want it bona fide, southern fried. Fried chicken. Fried chicken. Fried chicken.
All right, we should just about be back. Again, seems like a rather long break. KBO is the same way. Fifth inning break, not a seventh inning stretch or whatever. After the fifth inning, they take a few minutes, and so it seems like this is the same as the pitch clock is going down, and yeah. All right, Adrianza is first pitch, swings and fouls that one away. Adrianza 0 for 1 on the day, a walk and a strikeout. So 2-2 here in this game as Venezuela added the second run on an error, a walk, a balk, and that's going to be a 5-3 ground out to start the second half of this game. In 5:45 a.m. here in Korea right now. This game will be in Mexico. This is the only game I stream today. I do have to go to work in a couple hours. So I will be back for, I believe, in 2 days. There is another 4 a.m. game that I'll try to knock out, and that is up high, ball one. Reyes 0 for 2 on the day. He grounded into an out, I believe, in the first inning, or this first at bat, and then reached on the error by Ruben Tejada over at shortstop in his last at bats, and it's now 2-0. All right, the pitch, and that's going to be a single right back up the middle, and once again, Venezuela has base runners. They have done nothing but get base runners. First inning, they had a single, a double, and a walk. Second inning, they had a single. Third inning, they had a leadoff double that wasn't able to come around and score. The fourth inning, they had a leadoff single, a walk, an error, and finally they got somebody home on the balk. And then in the fifth inning, they had another leadoff single, but again, they continue to get base runners in every single inning, but once they get base runners, the bats go cold, as that's in there for strike 0-1. I don't know if the bats go cold or if Panama just is able to do something about it, but Panama are really finding themselves lucky to be in this game at 2-2 right now, as that's way upstairs, 1-1. Panama with 3 errors so far in this game. Venezuela doesn't have an error, but has a big miscue with a diving play by the left fielder, Reyes, but who just had the single there. And the 1-1, that misses inside. The steal out. A excellent throw by Gonzalez there. A feet first slide. A feet first slide. Wow. Reyes looking back, a feet first slide. He was gunned easily out. And that was a ball, 2-1, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. And now it's 2-2 with 2 outs and nobody on base. Despite what the scoreboard or the scorebug shows, if you're watching the game with me, it is nobody on first base. And the 2-2, 2 outs, and fouled away. It looks like, ooh, there's 7 fans over there in the foul territory now. Over in the stands chasing after the balls. I would say attendance might be 400, maybe 500 in this entire game. And that's upstairs, 3-2, and that count is now full to Perez. Reminds me of watching a NC Dinos versus KT Wiz game with the lack of fans in the stands. And the pitch, that's going to be popped up. Center fielder drifts back a little bit, but he's under it, and that is 3 away. 1-2-3. Quick. Well, not really a 1-2-3, but 3 outs, 3 up, 3 down, and that will end the top of the 6th. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 2 2. Ooh. Friday, Korea versus Japan with a special announcer, Lee Young-gyu. Wow. So, will Vargas come back out? Is the question for Venezuela. He has pitched fairly well, ran into a little bit of trouble, but the solo shot and then the leadoff double with a late single was able to move the runner in to put Panama up 2-0. But since then, the ill-advised diving play by the left fielder, and then he's retired the last 5 in order. A pop fly, I believe. Again, didn't see it because it didn't show up on the screen. And then 4 strikeouts to end the 5th, 1 to end the 4th, and then strikeout, strikeout, strikeout in the 5th. So we'll see if he comes back out or if Venezuela starts to go into the bullpen again. Pinto pitched well yesterday to start for Venezuela, but then the bullpen slowly let Mexico back in the game. They were able to hold on to the overall victory, but definitely some concerns with that bullpen for Venezuela. And they will go. Nivaldi Rodriguez will come in and replace Vargas, who pitched really well. Nope, not the catcher. And his first pitch is gonna bounce off the wall, and Munoz is gonna be on base with a leadoff double for Panama. So the let's see, Rodriguez. We've got oh, that's Navaldo. Oh, a leadoff double for Munoz. That's his second hit of the day. He singled and was kind of tagged out at first after he overran the base, and that's just outside, I guess. So, 1-0. Carmago steps in. He lined back to the pitcher and grounded out to the second baseman in his first at bat. He's 0 for 2 on the day. As that's going to be a ground ball. The second baseman with a diving stop from his knees throws. And Munoz moves over to third base. And just like normal, the whole entire system decides to quit. And if an important time, I have no broadcast, guys. I apologize. It's nothing out of my within my control. As the Naver app is absolute garbage. And I think there's a fly ball to yep, there's going to be a fly ball. Center fielder grabs it, but Munoz is going to tag up, and that will give Panama the lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. As very first pitch is, I don't know, a ball. Again, it's not something I control. Sorry, guys. This is purely a broadcast issue. It was the same thing yesterday. About 2 hours into the broadcast, it's always just decides to do whatever it wants. Unfortunately, it's at an important time. But we've got a 1-1 counts now. All right, and again, as that misses outside, 2-1. Just nothing but buffering, and it's not my connection, ladies and gentlemen. Because if it was, you guys wouldn't have be able to do anything. All right, and outside, 3-1 now. Apparently, it's a 2-2. What's up, Star? Apparently, it's 2-2. I don't know. The buffering on this entire broadcast is so bad that I cannot even watch it. And that is crushed. And that's a home run. I can't even watch the game. The broadcast is so crappy. I wish Spo TV, Prime, and Neighbor would never have gotten this because they are incapable of doing anything correctly. I can't. I'm literally watching nothing. I'm watching a spinning circle because Neighbor's broadcast just screwed up the last 2 runs for Panama. Don't even know what's going on right now. Absolutely awful. All right, so apparently we've got a 1-2 counts now to Castillo after the solo shots. Again, I don't know entirely what's going on. It looks like they've changed broadcast something, as that's 2-2 now. Because the camera is much higher quality now, as that's going to be a strikeout, and that will end the inning. But again, they bring in a new pitcher, and the bullpen immediately falters and blows the lead, and it is now 4-2 Panama, as the double, the sacrifice fly, and the solo shots puts them up. And I'm not entirely sure, you know. It's 6 hits there. Oh. Yeah, they Vargas pitched well to start, just like Pinto yesterday. Pitched really well, both of them 5 innings, and as soon as the bullpen comes in for Venezuela, the bullpen blows it, and now Panama has done what they can do. Is they're getting out hit by Venezuela, but Venezuela is not able to get any runs across once they finally get runners on base. They just continue to leave guys on base. Not only just leaving guys on base, but they're leaving guys at third base and second base. As we'll have the leadoff batter Castillo will come up to hit for Venezuela. He will lead off here in the top of the 7th inning. We should be back. We turn into the 2-hour game now. Well, at least they're showing a replay so I can actually see what happens. So, yeah, Santos crushed that right, jumping at the wall, but it's not able. It was a jump, but it didn't really look like much of a jump. All right. So Diego Castillo will lead things off for Venezuela here. The 1-0 pitch. Apparently there was a pitch, and now it's 2-0. Or maybe that was 1-0 from the last. I don't know. But it says 1-0. There was a pitch. Now it says 2-0. I've only seen one pitch. I've been watching the game the whole time, and that is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 2-1 now. So Hernandez is still out there for Panama. He has pitched well in relief. And that's going to be a ground ball. Tejada grabs it to the throw in time and one away. A nice play by Tejada there. Made it look super smooth. And as he goes to his glove side, catches it near his waist and then throws across the diamond. All right, Amarista will step in. He's got 2 of the Venezuelan hits. He's singled in his first at-bats. Came around to score and then led off the 3rd inning with a double, but was stranded over at 3rd. And it gives this one a ride. Center fielder going back under it, and 2 away as the 1 pitch, 1 out. And 2 away down here in the 7th inning for Venezuela, and quickly. That's going to bring up Carlos Perez, the first baseman, Carlos Perez, and not to be confused with the catcher, who is Carlos Perez. All right, so the first pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. This camera, it's so wide. The view is so wide from center field. As that's going to be a ground ball. Tejada gets eaten up over at short once again, and that will be the 4th error on Panama today with another E6, his 2nd error of the day. Again, there is no real official scoring, so I am the official scorer for this game, for this broadcast. There's nothing that ever shows up on the screen that indicates errors or hits or even half the time the base runners, and the counts are all incorrect. All right, here comes Flores, a RBI double in his first at-bat, and looks at ball 1 up high. Anio. 옛날에 감사합니다. 옛날에 아프리카 TV에서 중계 방송했어요. 근데 올해부터 유튜브만. 아마 다음 시즌 유튜브하고 트위치하고 킥에서 할 거예요. And that's in there for a strike on the inside corner, 2-1. All right, the 2-1, and that's in there for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-2. The cameraman jumps in front of the other camera, and yeah, the 2-2 patch, and that's upstairs, 3-2. We'll have another full count here. Flores, first full count of the day for him. This is the 3rd full count of the day for Venezuela, as Hernandez has come in relief and pitched extremely well. Again, has given up a couple hits, but nothing amounting to anything. The runner over at first reached on an error. And we'll try this 3-2 pitch again after Flores called time at the plates. Right now, you're going to have the batters are going to have a bit of an issue as the shadows are going to play into effect at this point in the game, as that's going to be a ground ball. First baseman grabs it, drops it, and the throw, and another error by Panama is going to put runners on first and second. Another error. And you can almost give 2 errors. The first baseman isn't able to make the catch, and then the throw is not the best. And that is going to be a 2 straight errors, an E6 and an E3. And they've now got runners on first and second with 2 outs. And they'll have a bit of a mound visit. Again, I was trying to say is the shadows now are going to be playing a pretty important part here, because the shadows at the stadium now, I guess we'll have a pitching change. But it does look like the shadows are now coming out past the plate, so the shadows are going to slowly go closer and closer to the pitcher. So right now the shadow is a little bit in front of the plates, which means they're going to have the batters are in the shadow is going to have to be able to pick up the ball from the pitcher that is not in the shadow. So apparently not a pitching change. Oh, nope, we do have one. As Burgos is out on the mound now, replacing Hernandez. So Burgos, the Panama pitcher, will take over. So Enrique Burgos, Dos Laredos, and Oaxaca. I don't know how to pronounce that. In the Mexican League, 9 games so far in 2024, 6.3 ERA, 10 innings, 14 strikeouts, 4 walks. So 4 walks in 10 innings is not good, but 14 strikeouts in 10 innings is really good. So it seems like he is a kind of bit of a wild pitcher, but we'll see. So we've got 2 outs here. After 2 errors, you've got runners on first and seconds. Panama with 5 errors now in this game. As Perez is on second base after an E6, and then Flores is on first after an E3. And Venezuela, I'm not sure what's going on. Venezuelan coach is, I guess, talking to the the English speaking manager. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe the Spanish speaking manager or the umpire. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. So yeah, he's talking to, I don't know, the Korean manager, or the Korean umpire has a translator out there, as the Venezuelan manager is not happy. Again, I'm not entirely sure what is going on. But their Venezuelan manager is not happy for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. But anyway, well, all right. Well, I have no idea what just happened, what's going on. All I know is that does not look like Rodriguez. Unless Rodriguez is a switch hitter. Maybe he is. Something 7. So I believe, yeah, this is a new hitter here. Giles Rodriguez, or Giles Rodriguez. So we'll have a pinch hitter here. They will pinch hits with the left-handed hitting Rodriguez instead of the right-handed hitting Rodriguez. And he pops it up, and that's going to be trouble. The third baseman in foul territory, and that's will end the 7th finally. As we will go to the bottom of the 7th. Panama up 4-2 as a very interesting top half of the 7th where Panama commits 2 more errors. They've got 5 errors now in this game. They have 5 errors. They have 6 hits, but somehow they have a 4-2 lead, ladies and gentlemen. It's seriously like watching a KBO game all over again. Just quite amazing, honestly, how a team can have 5 errors but still be winning the game. Ah. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. I need a nap already. Definitely need a nap. All right, well, I guess we'll continue this game. I think we should be about ready to finish the 7th inning here. We'll see who is out on the mound. I cannot imagine that they're going to stick with Rodriguez again after he gave up the sacrifice and the home run. But they are because it's something. I don't know. All right. Coming out, leading things off will be Kiros. He had a solo shot in his first at bat, struck out in his last at bat, and hitting 429 here in the Premier 12 with 3 hits and 1 homer. All right, here's the first pitch in there for a strike with a beautiful curve at 80 miles per hour. And the 0-1 pitch, and it's a swing and a miss. 0-2, quickly ahead, 0-2 here. Panama cannot. Ooh, wow. This is a man of just pure baseball right here. As the swing and a miss there strikes him out. Heroes, no batting gloves, wears the wedding ring. He is like the epitome of old school. That cannot, like, no thumb protector, no batting gloves. He is just like, I am here for baseball. And, but he's struck out, and that's going to bring up Ramos. So Ramos 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts of his own. And the 0-1 pitch is that's going to be a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. He has got that curveball working. A beautiful 12-6 curveball. Ramos hitting 167 in this tournament. Yesterday, he had a home run, 2-run shot in his very first at bats. Since then, he's walked, and that's another strikeout. Very, very fitting here is Hernandez came in, struck out one to finish the fourth, and then 3 strikeouts to finish the fifth. And then now you got Rodriguez here, who struck out 1 to finish the sixth, and that's not going to be another strikeout though. That's going to be a 5-3, a 1-2-3 inning, and we will go to the 8th inning as the 1-2-3 makes quick work of the bottom of the 7th. 3 up, 3 down for the 3rd time for Panama. Venezuela has yet to go 3 up. Oh, they did one time. One time. No. Yeah. No. Panama has gone 3 up, 3 down twice. Venezuela has gone 3 up, 3 down 3 times. So Gonzalez will lead things off. What am I doing? Oh, that's what. I was looking at yesterday's stats. I was like, what am I doing, man? Why is this not making any sense? So, yeah, Venezuela has yet to go 1-2-3 in the game, but yet they are down 4-2. Panama has gone 1-2-3 3 times and has 5 errors, but somehow they are leading the game 4-2. As we should be ready for the top of the 8th here. Top of the 8th, we'll see Gonzalez, and then flip the lineup over to Munoz and Camargo. As Venezuela is down to their final 6 outs, trying to come back. Panama has to be thinking, please don't give us another dose of yesterday. So Burgos still out there on the mound for Panama. As Gonzalez steps in. No, that's not Gonzalez. Is that Gonzalez? Number 4. Palacio. There we go. All right, Palacios leads off for Venezuela. Sorry, I had the wrong setup, as that's 1-0 now, and that's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. So Palacios 1 for 3 on the day, a 4-3 ground out, a single to lead off the 4th inning. Did end up coming around to score on the balk, and then a strikeout in his last at bats, and it's 1-1. And he fouls that one up. First baseman giving chase over in foul territory, and 1 away. Again, the foul territory in these 2 Mexican stadiums is massive. As in, you're talking 70 feet from first base to straight over to the stands. There is so much foul territory that would not have been an out in any league or any stadium in the KBO. All right, here we go. Adrianza, and he is gonna fake the bunt, pulls it back, and it's in there for a strike right down the middle. And that's going to be a chopper. Second baseman grabs it, throws to first, and 2 away as Venezuela down to their last 4 outs. And that's in there for a strike, 0-1. Reyes is had an reached on an E6, I believe a ground out. Again, the broadcast disappeared whenever it was up, and then singled in his last at bat, but was caught stealing, and he's quickly down 0-2 after he fouls that one away. All right, the 0-2, and that's outside or maybe up high or who knows, because there's no strike zone on the screen, and the umpire is creates his own strike zone. Really. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Sets up on the outside and misses badly over the middle of the plates, but it's fouled away. As again, the shadows now have moved about halfway in between home plate and the pitcher's mound, and it's not just going to get worse. But it's all right because the Macarena is playing in the background. All right, the 1-2 pitch. And sticks the bat out, but fouls that down the right field line. I do not see one fan. Oh, there looks like there's two fans over there in the third base side. There really is no fans at this game, ladies and gentlemen. As I think there's, again, more fans between these two streams checking in and then immediately leaving than entire stadium, as that's going to be a swing and a miss. And 1-2-3 goes Venezuela for the first time today. And they are down to their final 3 outs as Panama is up 4-2, and they'll come up to bat in the bottom of the 8th. As they are looking to tie again. Panama with the big lead yesterday was not able to hold on to it. Venezuela with the big lead, and they were able to hold on to it. We'll see if this holds. The Panama will only need 3 more outs. Will they keep Burgos out there, or are they going to go with somebody else? Again, they tried to go with Alberto Baldonado yesterday, but he did not pitch well. Again, he played in the Japanese league with 9 saves. Maybe with Miguel Gomez. He had 3 saves, 34 games, a 2.84 ERA. Could possibly go with him. Or maybe Kevin Miranda. But I think did they go with him earlier? No. But Panama has a few choices. We'll see what they go with. But first, they'll get a chance to add to their lead as they will have the 9-1-2 coming up. Gonzalez, Munoz, and Carmago. And we'll see what Venezuela goes with as far as their pitching staff for the bottom of the 8th here. We'll see if they make a change or if they keep the current pitcher out there. As we should be coming back. And yeah, he's going to stay out there. Nivaldo Rodriguez is still out there. And he gave up the solo shot and the sacrifice fly back in the 6th inning. All right, Gonzalez steps in. He is 0 for 2 on the day. A fly out to right field and a strikeout in his last at bats. And first pitch is ball 1. And I have to wait for 2 reasons. One, there's no strike zone, no K zone. And 2, the home plate umpire has been calling strikes in the other batter's box. So definitely have to wait to find out what the final call was. All right, here comes the 1-1 pitch, and that's right down the middle, 1-2. 93 is the batter. Gonzalez decides he needs to restrap up his batting gloves, even though he hasn't swung the bats yet. And the 1-2 pitch. And that's low, 2-2. 나무 윌질게요. All right, here comes the 2-2, and that's outside. 3-2 again. Third full count of the day for Panama. They struck out in both of their other full counts. We'll see what happens here. The 3-2 pitch and swing and a miss. 3 full counts today for Panama and 3 strikeouts. As one away down in the bottom of the 8th. That is a lot of strikeouts. Panama 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 strikeouts today for the Panama batters as Munoz looks at strike one. Munoz, a double and a run scored in his last at-bats. A single and an RBI in the at-bat before that, and a round out to start the game for Panama, and that's up high, 1-1. So 2 for 3 on the day for Munoz, 429 in this series, or in this Premier 12 tournament. Has been hitting extremely well. Ended up going down yesterday in the middle of an at-bat. It was an 0-2 at-bat. On the swing, his calf cramped up and tightened up, and he had to come out of the game in the middle of the at-bat. And here comes the 2-1. That's going to be a strike on the outside corner. 2-2. Munoz with probably the best facial hair of this tournament so far. A solid, pure white beard there, as that's going to be a swing and a miss, and another strikeout. The 11th strikeout of the day for Panama. And 2 away now. If you were to look at the stats and you were to hide the score of this game, you would be like, Venezuela has got to be winning like 10-3. But when you actually look at the score, you're like, how? All right, Camargo, and that's ball 1 up high on the outside. So Camargo 0 for 3 on the day, 4-3 ground out, a 4-3 ground out, and also a liner right back to the pitcher in his second at bats, and he fouls that one away down the left field line. And so Camargo is hitting 250 in the Premier 12 so far. 2 hits yesterday. What did he do yesterday? He had a double, a single, and 2 strikeouts and a flyout. And the 2-0 is swing and a miss there. 2-1 now. Sorry, 1-2. I was going by the score bug. And that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman grabs it, throws. And another 4-3 ground outs. And another 1-2-3 inning for Venezuela. And they will come up to bat in the top of the 9th. Their last 3 outs. Can they tie the game or take the lead? If not, this game will be over. 2 hours and 28 minutes so far. My alarm to wake up to go to work has not even gone off yet, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the race. My alarm, ladies and gentlemen, will go off at 6:45. I don't know if you guys can see this. Well, my alarm for work will go off at 6:45, which means that's when I need to wake up and start getting ready. So the race is on. We have 16 minutes. Either Venezuela scores 2 runs in the next 16 minutes, or we are going to have a time for a nap. Hyunjun is going to take another nap before he has to go to work. Hyunjun, if Korea makes it to the super round, are you going to go to Japan? All right, we should be about ready. We're going to have Perez will lead things off at the bottom of the order, and we will go 9-1-2 for Venezuela here in the top of the ninth. Oh, Perez 1 for 3. All right. Out on the mound is still Burgos. All right, the first pitch is outside, ball 1-0. So Carlos Perez, the catcher, 1 for 3 on the day, a single in his first at bats, and a strikeout and a fly out to center field, and that's in there for a strike, 1-1 now. In Panama with the 4-2 lead, despite being out hit and having 5 errors, as that is ripped. But left fielder catches it. He lost it in the lights or the sun or who knows what it was, but that was not a smooth looking play, but he made the outs. He kind of stopped, and that's why I thought it was going to go a lot farther than it did, and then suddenly decided to start running in, and then stopped, and then ran in, and had to catch it on the run. But nonetheless, it's 1 out here in the top of the ninth as Venezuela now down to their final 2 outs as they flip the lineup back over to Castillo, who is 0 for 3 on the 0 for 4 on the day, and that's a pitch way in the other batter's box, and it's 1-0. 93 on the gun from Burgos. And that's in there for a strike, 1-1. So 5-3 ground out in his first at bat, a strikeout in his second, popped up to the catcher in foul territory. That was in that inning that they had the bases loaded with nobody outs and only scored 1 run on a balk, and then a 6-3 ground out in his last at bat, and that's going to be chopped foul, and it's 1-2. As the Venezuelan fans are starting to chant back behind home plates. And that's going to be swing and a miss at a pitch way in the other batter's box. And a 2 away as Panama is 1 out away from evening their record with Venezuela at 1-1. That's going to bring up Amarista. Amarista 2 for 4 today with a single, a double. Yesterday he had 0 for 4, 0 for 3, but he did have a sacrifice fly and an RBI. All right. And that's going to be a ball. It definitely caught the outside corner, but the umpire apparently needs to head to the old sunglasses shop to get an eye exam, as that's up high, 2-0. Maybe once he gets back to Korea here, he'll have a little bit of a time to go get his eyes checked at his local eye mart or eye manager or whatever all those places are called. And the 2-0, and that is definitely a strike, and it's 2-1 now. And Amarista played second base yesterday, playing center field today, doing the Moon Hyun Bin. And the 2-1 misses inside, 3-1. The 27th out is the hardest one to get, as Burgos has now got a 3-1 count. And again, Burgos also has run into problems with walks. Again, 4 walks in 10 innings. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. And that's going to be chopped foul. And we're going to have a 3-2 count. Very fitting we've got a 4-2 game, bottom or top of the ninth. Venezuela down 4-2, down to their final strike, a 3-2 pitch coming up. Burgos gets the sign, looks, the catcher sets up, and that's going to be a pop-up center fielder over under it, and that's will be out number 3 as Premier 12, first victory for Panama as Venezuela falls 4-2. And honestly, you know, if I mean, we just look at this little the score here, cover the score, and you look and you're like, oh wow, Venezuela had to have just dominated them. They are giving Venezuela an extra hits, and they don't get it. The 5 errors by Panama. The official score thing says 8 hits and 4 errors, but no, that play to the first baseman was definitely an error. No way, no how is it not? The official scorers must be drunk off of whatever the KBO scorers are using, because that was 2 errors in 1 play. So, but yeah, Venezuela had base runners. They had plenty of base runners. They had the points where, again, they had back in the 4th inning, it was 2-1 Panama, and they had the bases loaded with nobody outs after a single, a walk, and an error. And how did they score? How did they end up? Well, they balked home a run, and that was it. That was the only run they got with bases loaded and nobody out. And so, honestly, Venezuela, they had the opportunities to score. They had the opportunities to go ahead in the top of the 4th there, but they failed. Then later they had multiple times where they had guys in scoring position, but they couldn't get the win. They had so many extra chances because of plays. Again, Panama was 5 errors on the day, but Panama, when they did finally hit the ball, they struck out 11 times on the day. When they finally did hit the ball, it was fair, and it was where Venezuela was not, and they took advantage of any of the mistakes that Venezuela had, where Venezuela did not take advantage of any of the mistakes that Panama had. So these two teams tie their series, they tie the, I don't even know how to say it. It's a round robin, so every team will play every team. Their records will now be tied at 1-1. The next few games I will not be broadcasting. We'll get there eventually, when I'll be back in a couple days when there's another 4 a.m. game. Not entirely sure which one it is, but easy. Just check out the live stream, the scheduled live streams, and you'll know when I go live again. But I will be doing morning and evenings once the Taipei and Tokyo games start. So for all of you that joined me and early this morning, thank you, and until next time.